It's 2025. The wall never came down. Not a metaphor, not history. In this timeline, the Berlin Wall still cuts through the city, patched, reinforced, surveilled. The USSR didn't collapse in 1991. It restructured. Hardliners won. Gorbachev was removed. And the Cold War, that decades-long nerve-shredding standoff, just continued. The world adapted. 2 internets, 2 GPS systems, 2 space stations still in competing orbits. The global economy permanently bifurcated. And every 5 years or so, a new crisis reminds everyone that the whole thing is still live. 2025 is one of those years. It starts with an intelligence blackout. CIA assets embedded in Western Siberia go quiet. Not burned, just silent. No exfiltration requests, no dead drops, just nothing for 11 days. Then a satellite pass over coordinates 56 degrees north, 93 degrees east catches something that shouldn't be there. Heat signatures, hundreds of them, underground and growing. The location, Zhelezno 9, a closed city, built in the 70s, officially for satellite assembly. The kind of place that doesn't show up on maps. It doesn't appear in census data, and definitely doesn't generate that kind of thermal output unless something very large is being powered up. NSA flags it. DIA escalates it. It lands on the president's desk on a Tuesday morning with one line of analysis. We don't know what they're turning on. We need to. The operation is authorized within 48 hours. Not military, not yet. This is a reconnaissance mission. 2 assets. One with existing cover inside the Russian civilian scientific community. One a former FSB officer turned sometime informant. Their window is 6 days. Get close, identify the power source, determine if it's weapons related, and get out. They make it to day 4. Asset 1's last transmission comes in at 3:40 Moscow time. It's fragmented, partial signal, possible jamming. But 3 things come through clearly. Asset 1's last transmission comes in at 03:40 Moscow time. It's fragmented, partial signal, possible jamming, but 3 things come through clearly. First, the facility isn't just being powered up, it's being staffed at wartime levels. Thousands of personnel rotating through on 72-hour cycles. Second, the thermal signatures aren't weapon systems, they're servers. The largest air-gapped computing infrastructure the asset has ever seen. Third, and this is the part that goes straight to the top, there's a countdown, displayed on every screen in the facility. No label, no context, just numbers, descending. At the time of transmission, 19 days, 4 hours, 14 minutes. Asset 1 doesn't transmit again. That same morning, the hotline rings. Not the general secretary, not any recognized protocol voice. Someone calling from inside Zhelezno 9, using a hardline routed through the official channel. 9 words in English, then silence. You need to know what's happening in Zhelezno. Washington has 19 days to figure out what that countdown is for, without triggering the exact war they've been managing for 60 years. In '62, both sides knew what the stakes were. Missiles in Cuba. Clear ask, clear response. Terrifying, but legible. This isn't legible. Nobody in Washington knows if the countdown is a weapons test, a satellite launch, a communications blackout, a cyber attack, or something no analyst has modeled. And the person who tried to warn them is gone. The next 17 days unfold in a kind of controlled panic. Back-channel messages through 3 intermediary governments. A Swedish diplomat quietly recalled from Stockholm. An emergency session of NATO that officially isn't happening. On day 11, Russian state media runs an unusual segment, a 2-minute piece about the history of Zhelezno, framed as a heritage story about Soviet scientific achievement. No mention of current operations. Someone on the other side is communicating. They just won't say what they're communicating about. On day 17, the countdown reaches 0, and nothing happens. No launch, no blackout, no signal intercept, just silence. 6 hours later, every piece of Western surveillance on Zhelezno 9 goes permanently offline. Satellites rerouted, ground sensors dead. The facility, as far as any Western intelligence system is concerned, simply stops existing. What got turned on in there, nobody knows. What it was counting down to, nobody knows. The asset is never recovered. The hotline doesn't ring again. And the Cold War, as it has for 60 years in this timeline, continues. Unresolved, unended, waiting.